Hey guys, welcome in. This is going to be a reading for the sign of Aquarius. If you guys are new here, this is the Soul Room 111. My name is Trishelle. Welcome in. So the King of Pentacles wants to come out first. This could be somebody that you're dealing with. This could be what you're embodying right now, this energy. Six of Pentacles in reverse. So maybe you're feeling like somebody's not giving to you. Five of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody wants to come out of the cold with you. King of Wands in reverse. So maybe somebody's not taking leadership, or you're not taking leadership of your own life. Three of Swords, heartbreak energy. Okay, let's see what else wants to come out here. It's too many. On this channel, if you're new here, we do readings that help you heal on a soul level. So everything that we do is going to have some kind of healing around it. Seven of Swords. Okay, so somebody's being strategic or sly. Six of Swords. So somebody wants to move away from conflict. This could be you. Three of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so maybe you're dealing with some coworker issues. Maybe you have people that you work with that you're done with. You don't want to do it anymore. Maybe there's a lot of lying, a lot of gossip. Knight of Swords in reverse. Yeah. There's the Hermit. So maybe you're taking some time and really thinking about this and really having some introspection on this situation. Three of Cups came out sideways. So maybe there's people that you work with that you don't really trust. Maybe sometimes they're nice and sometimes they're not. 10 of Wands in reverse. So this is something that you've been releasing. Maybe you've been detaching from a work situation and you've been looking for a new job. Queen of Cups in reverse. Yeah, you're holding back emotion from these people. And the Hangman is here in this is upright. So it's time to look at this from a new perspective. You know, or you maybe just, you're feeling like it's time to surrender this job and look for a new one. And there's the Queen of Wands. Yeah. So it looks to me like you want forward movement here. This definitely looks like a work situation and not a love situation. What else do we need to know for Aquarius? Yeah, Eight of Cups, walking away. And Nine of Cups in reverse. So this didn't make you happy. You know, maybe this job you once thought it made you happy, and now you're coming to the realization that it does not. There's the Ace of Swords. Yeah, so you're having some clarity around the situation. You're having some understanding that this isn't what you want. There's the Hierophant. You're wanting, you know, this is talking about tradition, so this can definitely be talking about a job situation of what you're actually wanting. Page of Cups, maybe you're wanting to start somewhere new. Ten of Swords, but you're having some anxiety about that situation. Maybe you're having trouble starting over somewhere new. Seven of Cups. Yeah, you're trying to figure out if this is illusion or if this is reality. Is it practical? Is it practical to get a new job? Yep, Six of Cups. Maybe this is something you wanted to do before and it's coming back around. Or a job you wanted to do when you were a child. Yep, the world flew out. So this is something that's coming in to say the situation maybe is completed for you. Maybe this is a mindset also that has completed for you. Because the Five of Pentacles is talking about coming out of a lack mentality. So maybe you're moving on from feeling like you don't have enough. The Ten of Cups is there in reverse. Yeah, so this isn't making you happy. So the world is here telling you that maybe the situation is done. Maybe you're ready to move on with the Eight of Cups energy. There's the Four of Cups. Yeah. You're not wanting this anymore. What's the outcome? What's the outcome? Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay, so that's good. So you're being practical about the situation. The Page of Swords is in reverse, so maybe you just don't know yet. Because there's the Nine of Swords. So right now you're just in your head, you know, maybe you're just having some anxiety about the situation. There's the Fool. So you are wanting something new with the Fool. But with the other three cards, it tells me that you're not ready yet. You don't know which direction to take yet. There's the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Maybe you're worried about your stability. If you do take a new job, is it going to bring you the stability that you have now? There's Five of Swords in reverse. So moving away from that conflict, especially if you're dealing with coworkers. Page of Wands in reverse, Nine of Wands. So this is definitely, maybe you've held back from a new situation because you've been holding on to this other job, and it's put you in that wounded warrior position with the Nine of Wands, and there's the Queen of Swords. So you're being really discerning. The Knight of Wands is here in reverse, so you're not rushing, you're not being impulsive. You got the Queen of Swords. So that's good. That's a good, there's the moon coming out, right? So letting go of illusions, you know, really looking at this from a good angle is a good energy to have. There's the Magician sideways, or excuse me, upside down. So you want to, you know, with that Queen of Swords energy here, you're really discerning. You're really being discerning of, especially if you're going somewhere new, you're being discerning of that new place so that you don't have this situation happen again. If you're choosing to stay in this new place, you're really having that Queen of Swords and putting up boundaries and discernment against any kind of manipulative energies. Yeah, the Star in reverse. This is your card. The Star is in reverse. The Empress is also in reverse. So it's time to give to yourself a little bit. Maybe you've been kind of burned out or you don't feel like there's any hope. King of Swords is in reverse. This could be somebody that you're dealing with at work. Maybe this is a boss that you don't like. Two of Swords is talking about a decision, but it's also talking about a need for balance. That High Priestess is in reverse. Time to listen to your intuition. The Four of Wands is in reverse because you don't feel stable. You don't feel stable. Let's pull out some oracles for this situation, see what wants to come out. What does Aquarius need to know to help them heal? This card says dream. Yeah, that goes right along with this situation that we're looking at here, because it looks like if you have something in mind, it looks like you're afraid to take that step because the Fool and the Moon is here. But this card talks about dreams. Maybe it's time for you to dream. If you could do anything, what would you do? Okay, so anniversary. So you might be coming up on an anniversary at work, or this says important day. Okay, this card says flirt. So maybe you're flirting with the idea of going somewhere new. This says book. So it's definitely talking about having wisdom and discernment. It also says authority on that card. So that's that King of Wands energy and the King of Swords energy. And this says spendthrift. So this is talking about not wasting your money, saving your money. The King of Pentacles came out first. The Nine of Pentacles is in reverse. So really focusing on your stability at this time as you're transitioning, if you're wanting to go into a new career field. It's too many. Okay. Letter wanted to come out. So maybe you're, making up resumes right now, and difference came out. So this is talking about future choices, destiny. That goes along with that dream card. What do you want your future to look like? If you could have it any way, how would you have it? What is it that you want for your future? This also talks about road, which can talk about choices and decisions. Those say evolution and show. So this says reinvent and new beginnings. And this card says a spotlight, express, create, radiate joy and enthusiasm. Yes, that goes along with that Empress energy. And the Empress came out in reverse. So it's really time to give back to yourself, to nourish yourself, nurture yourself, and get into that creative, expressive mentality so that you can figure out what road you want to take. This card talks about reinventing. Maybe it's time to reinvent yourself. Maybe you've been a teacher for 15 years and you're ready to do something else. And you've always just been seen as a teacher, but maybe you play an instrument, or you are a really good singer or something like that, or you're a really good artist and you want to pursue that now. And this is telling you to give into yourself. Put that creative expression into yourself, let that come out. Maybe people don't know you're a really good singer. All right. Let's see. Let's do this. This is my favorite oracle deck. What does Aquarius need to know today? You guys. It says wishes and miracles. That's awesome. It says meteor. Okay, so pay attention to the next meteor shower. You may encounter an unexpected turning point that brings the opportunity you've been waiting for. Dare to make a wish, release your desires to the universe, and the miracle is not far off. I would screenshot that. If this is resonating with you, I would screenshot this. This says challenges and growth. And this talks about storm. Storms bring challenges into your life. You may face significant obstacles, but you will emerge stronger. And this talks about nourishment. Literally, that card says nourishment and renewal. You guys, I cannot make this up. And this talks about spring rain. Okay, so maybe something's happening for you in the spring. If you're watching this in real time, we just had Christmas and New Year's, so spring's just a couple months off. Spring rain brings nourishment and renewal, you guys. If this is resonating for you, this is such a good reading. This is such a good reading about dreaming and dreaming big and showing the world maybe who you really are. Maybe you went into a career field that you didn't want to. Maybe it was just what you did. And now it's time that you get to show off what you really can do, what your real talents are. I love this for you. I hope this is resonating for you guys. If it did, hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.